Okay, let's talk. We're talking about sound. Let's talk about those AirPods Max. Of course, I've got them on order. I mentioned to you previously, and I spoke originally about how, the current state of wireless headphones, noise-canceling headphones. I talked about how I've been using the Sony XM lineup for such a long period of time. The XM4s currently, that's the most recent model. And, of course, the price, they come in far cheaper. You have the Bose 700s as well. I did a comparison video between Sony XMs and the Bose product. So I've done that comparison. I chose the Sony out of those two. They had different attributes, That's the thing. Both nice, though. Both great noise cancellation. Actually, that's an older set of Bose right there. But I think, did I not at some point compare to the Bose 700s as well? If you go up to the top there. I think inside of that video, I end up comparing to the Sonys as well. And then I even threw the latest Surface headphones in the mix. I mean, I try headphones. I've tried headphones. Anyway, where I ended up was that the feature set, the overall package with the Sony product was it was my favorite of the bunch. But it was a fairly slim difference when compared to the Bose. They're both kind of great as far as noise canceling headphones are concerned. Now, this is where things get weird with the AirPods Max, because people are going to expect some degree of comparison to these other popular headphones in the wireless noise canceling headphone space. But the truth is, it's hard to figure out where they line up, like what you should compare them to, because they're twice the price of the devices you think you should compare them to. And I realize, of course, there's all these audiophile grade headphones, mostly targeted at wired listening. We have all those too. I mean, I've unboxed $3,000 headphones. I'm well aware of that, but this feels like a different product. It doesn't look. If you're an audiophile type, you're not typically using Bluetooth. That's not really what you're looking for. So, seeing as how Apple doesn't even include an analog cable in the box, I think Apple fully assumes, look, the Air component, you're going to use these things wirelessly. So I do think it's the right comparison. I do think they should and will eventually be compared to the Sony XM4s and the Bose 700. And so we do actually have some preliminary comparisons based on specs, even though I'm still waiting for the product. Over at whathifi.com, they did a little bit of a breakdown as far as which specs are available at different prices. Now, they, of course, listed the Apple product at $549, the AirPods Max. The XM4s are $350, but you never paid $350. They're $278 whenever you want on Amazon. Mm-hmm. And I think I've seen them even lower than that. And the Bose 700 are $399 regular price. You will find those for less too. The Apple product, I expect, will not go on sale as frequently. They typically don't. All right, now getting down to some specifications. Battery life is an interesting one. Anytime I'm talking about a wireless product, Apple has stated that the AirPods Max are going to get 20 hours of battery life. Not a terrible figure. In fact, it's actually, I believe, the same figure that the Bose 700s are capable of on paper. It's going to vary depending on the volume level that you're using, but that is with noise canceling turned on, decent figures. However, those XM4s have Banana Town battery life, as I mentioned in all the various comparison videos. You are looking at 30 hours of battery life with noise canceling, 38 hours with noise canceling turned off, which is, almost double the battery life. I guess with noise canceling, it's not. But an extra 10 hours is significant. Now, the next part is, what about charging it back up? Because these, again, with a wireless, how many times am I going to say again? Again. I'm going to say again. With a wireless headphone, the worst thing is not having the power when you need it, when you go reach for it. And then you sit there and think to yourself, why don't I just have a wired headphone? This piss me off right now. You understand? Jeez. And then on the other side, okay, once I have it off the wire, once I go back to the wire, how long do I have to have it plugged in to then juice it back up for a long period of time? It's the quick charge I'm talking about, which they've made huge advances in that area.
Like 0 to 50, 0 to 80.
Well, on the Sony side, okay, listen to this. The XM4s can give you 5 hours of playtime in 10 minutes of charging over USB Type-C fast charge. 10-minute charge, 5 hours playtime. So now it doesn't matter if you have to leave the house and you forgot to charge your headphones. So what? So what? Brush your teeth and you got 5 hours. Like while you're waiting for the headphone. I mean, you don't have to brush. I'm just saying do an air. Like,
yeah.
I'm saying eat some oatmeal, whatever you got to do.
Sure. Yeah.
What I'm trying to get at. By comparison, the Bose product it also has quick charge. It'll give you 3.5 hours and 15 minutes. So once again, you see the Sony adding the extra on there, which is why so many people pick it as a favorite. And Apple is saying a 5-minute charge gets you an hour and a half. So the same charge time as the Sony's, 5 minutes. No, half the time of the Sony's gives you an hour and a half. So I presume double that would give you 3 hours instead of 5. So the Sony's charge faster and then leave you with more battery life. Now I understand the feature set is not identical, right? On the AirPods Max, you have the spatial audio. You're powering up some H1 chips. Mm-hmm. So that's going to take some juice. But it's going to be, that's an important spec for people to know. And you can know that right now without even seeing the extensive testing that this is where they line up battery-wise. Now, as far as design is concerned, they're pretty similar, but it is important as well to throw in there. The Apple headphones, the AirPods Max, are not going to fold. They don't fold, which has been a staple aspect of wireless Bluetooth headphones because they're so popular for travel. Mm-hmm. And when they fold up, you get, I don't have the case here for the XM4s. I have it at the other studio. When they fold up, the footprint gets way smaller.
Yeah.
And Beats products had been folding up for a while. Bose products will fold up. It's just been a sort of a key characteristic of a wireless headphone since it's intended for travel. Now, here is a comparison. Will just found a nice image. XM4s folded up versus Bose 700 not folded up. So that's a decent size comparison for travel. The Apple headphones will have a similar footprint to the Bose 700 on the right. So it's a much, again, thrown in a backpack. I said again.
I mean, I'm just focused on this random search.
XM4, hey man, take it easy.
Jeez.
Now, as far as features are concerned, some people reached out to me and said, Lou, you were talking about the Sony XM4s as if they don't have spatial audio, and they don't. So they do have a 360-degree functionality, but it doesn't work at all like spatial audio. It's not like that.
And you tout spatial audio as really good.
Yes, spatial audio is something really unique. It's relative to the position of your device. Mm-hmm. It's very different from what's, and I've tried out the 360 feature on the XM4s. The 360 feature on the XM4s. Yeah. I tried it out. I was like, wait, am I missing something here? But it's very different. It just tries to represent the sound in a 360-degree fashion. Now, spatial audio does something the same, but what really makes it feel immersive is that it's all about the relationship to your mobile device. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is you happen to be watching, you turn away from it, and it feels as though the sound is remaining at the origin where the video feed happens to be. Mm-hmm. This is a thing that is very difficult to portray in a video. I mean, you can go watch my video and my reaction that I did on Unbox Therapy, but just telling you that it's cool, you don't know how much value to put on it. I wish more people could try it out and see the difference. However, on the Sony side, even though it doesn't have that spatial feature, what it does have is tremendous configurability. Mm-hmm. And I think it probably has more configurability than what Apple's going to give you as far as the EQ is concerned. And also its ability to automatically detect which type of use you're doing with the XM4 and then adjusting settings accordingly, whether you're sitting down for listening, whether you're on the go. It has all these presets where it can automatically predict what you're doing. So it's a very smart headset as well. And that prediction is important because it will change the transparency mode, the audio being pumped through to you if you happen to be out on the street, and then it will enable noise canceling when it knows you're on an airplane. It's good stuff, Will.
Oh yeah, I believe it.
You believe me?
Looks great too.
As far as noise canceling is concerned, both Bose and Sony have set the bar. We have to wait to find out what's going to happen on the Apple front. Same thing goes for sound quality. So that just kind of, that at least gives you an idea it gives you somewhere to start on the comparison, upsides, downsides. Other upsides for the Apple headphones is obviously the integration with iOS and macOS products, if you got the Sony headphones or the Bose headphones, you just got to go to the old Bluetooth toggle there.
Right.
Super old fashioned, click through a couple menus. Now, you don't do it all the time. Your devices are not constantly changing, and eventually you're just going to pop in and use it. Oh, also the Apple headphones don't have a traditional power switch. They just go into low power when you put them in the case, and you may not want to use the case all the time, specifically because it's a weird looking case. So it's another thing to consider. However, I do have them on order. I have them on the way. I'll have a video over on Unbox Therapy. I actually have every color coming, believe it or not, which is, we'll see if they send it or not, because I don't know, maybe there's a shortage now. I'm not really sure, but I did order them all pretty immediately, and I'll put them up against the XM4s because I actually do think that is the correct comparison. Well, I think that's the comparison most people are going to be looking for.